Northern Territory, police say a teenager had launched at officers with a weapon before he was shot dead by officers in a remote Indigenous community.
Tension boiled over after the 19-year-old man's death as senior police have been sent in to negotiate with community elders to try to restore calm.
A community at boiling point.
Racist police station and racist police.
Friends and relatives gathered outside the Uendamu police station where 19-year-old Kumanjai Walker was shot by police on Saturday night.
It's a tragic and serious incident that we're dealing with. It's been declared a critical incident and the coroner has been briefed and it has been declared a death in custody.
Police say they attended a house in the community about 300 kilometres northwest of Alice Springs to execute an arrest warrant.
A struggle ensued and 2 shots were fired and he sadly passed away later.
While witnesses said the man was unarmed, police disputed that claim.
My understanding is he was armed with a weapon, but at this stage it's part of the investigation. It's certainly early on and we will need to make sure that all information is gathered.
It's believed that weapon was a pair of scissors. The wounded teenager was taken to the Uendamu police station, but it was more than 2 hours before an ambulance arrived. Staff at the Uendamu Health Clinic had left the community earlier that afternoon after being targeted in a series of break-ins and attacks.
As a result of some of those break-ins, the medical staff in the community made a decision to leave the community, which from our perspective obviously impacted on the response to providing aid to the deceased.
But the local MP says it was unacceptable to have no health service in a community of 1,000 people.
An appropriate response is not to close the primary healthcare service. You cannot do that in this modern age.
As senior police flew into the community to try to speak to elders, protesters took to the streets of Alice Springs, painting red handprints on the police station's walls.
I'm sick of protesters in my community, sick of protesters using Aboriginal people and our circumstances for their own political means.
Police and senior members of the Northern Territory Government held an emergency meeting here at NT House today. There'll be 2 separate investigations into this incident, one conducted by the Northern Territory coroner, the other an internal police investigation. Police say that investigation will be independent. A key part of that probe is expected to be footage from the body-worn cameras that police were wearing at the time of the shooting. But for now, police and politicians are urging calm in the face of a volatile situation.
What has occurred overnight is devastating for the community of Uendamu, for friends and family of the 19-year-old, and for our police force.
Racist police station.
Matt Cunningham, Sky News, Darwin.